Thank you for inviting me. My name is Mark Slis. I'm from Houghton, Michigan. I drove 501 miles to get here. I believe I own the furthest vape shop from the Capitol. I'm also not a public speaker. I'm very nervous, so I will apologize in advance. I'm just going to read a small prepared statement here. I reside in Hancock, Michigan. I'm a lifelong resident of this state. I'm a 55-year-old father of 3, a dentist, a nurse, and soon-to-be doctor. I'm a college graduate, a scientist. I own 2 businesses in the state, an international geophysical consulting firm that I started in 2009, and a vape shop I purchased in 2015. I smoked for 41 years. You can probably hear it in my voice. I spent 30 of those years trying to quit with every available method I could find, not just in this country, but in other countries because I worked abroad, including hypnosis. I tried all of these things multiple times, nonstop, for 30 years and failed every single time. I don't think I ever quit for even one day over 30 years. Not my wife, my children pleading with me to quit worked. My doctors, I've always had a team of doctors. I work in a dangerous environment, and they watch your health very carefully. Them telling me that I would die did not help. Nothing helped. In March of 2014, I noticed a new business in Houghton, downtown Houghton, and I just popped my head in to see what it was. And there was a 19-year-old young man behind the counter, and he told me that they sold electronic cigarettes. And he invited me in. 20 minutes later, I walked out a non-smoker. That was 100% due to the flavors. I've tried everything. Nothing worked. It was the flavors. In fact, I even tried an unflavored nicotine manual cigarette, which was just a nicotine-soaked sponge that you drew on. It did not work. So a 19-year-old kid with a high school education did what nobody else could do, what government couldn't do, what public health couldn't do, what the medical community couldn't do in 30 years, get me to quit smoking. It didn't cost the state or the federal government a dime. It was a simple explanation, and it worked, and a simple product. From where you sit, that it didn't cost the state anything, you should know that. A year and a half later, I bought that shop that saved my life. In the next 4 years, I've saved about 1,000 lives. I've saved 1,000 people from smoking. They've permanently quit, and that's who I'm here to represent. And those people I haven't yet reached. Those 1,000 people, they're all from Houghton County. It has a population of roughly 36,000 people according to the U.S. Census. So the people that I've helped to quit and helped to save their own lives, that's 2.7% of the total population of my county. Not just adults. That's 2.7%. I don't know what percentage of adults. I didn't look that far. I can't imagine anybody not seeing that as not only significant, but extraordinary. I defy anybody in my county to say that they've helped to save that many lives, including the doctors. That's a lot of people in 4 years. My current customers include nurses, doctors, officers from every single local police department, the state police post, even a chief of police. Excuse me. Multiple business owners, firemen, first responders, teachers, elected officials, most importantly, dozens of veterans. And these people are all grandmothers, grandfathers, yes, that old, fathers, mothers, sons, and daughters. They're my friends and my neighbors. There's nowhere I can go in Houghton County and not run into a customer or a former customer who is still not smoking. It happens every day. I'm extremely proud of this, extremely. Helping these people to save their own lives has been the most rewarding experience of my life, by far, outside of raising my 3 children, of course, especially if they're listening. And now our governor seeks to make that a crime punishable by 6 months in prison. These orders also make it a crime for my customers to have more than 4 bottles of a flavored liquid, punishable by 6 months in prison. All of my customers, every one of them, walk around with 3 or 4 bottles of different flavors. To the flavors themselves, because that's why we're here. All my customers have 3 things in common. They are adults. They are desperate to quit smoking after years, if not decades, of failing, and they all use flavors. The numbers in my shop are that 99% of my customers use flavors. The flavors are absolutely necessary, and they are the key to quitting smoking, the single largest killer of humans in this state, in this country, and on this planet. I don't know why that's not being taken into greater consideration with these orders. We carry 80 flavors at my shop. All of them are chosen by my customers, not me. All of my customers are adults. One example, the favorite flavor of my oldest customer, or at least the one I was brave enough to ask. She was an 87-year-old grandmother. Her favorite flavor, the flavor that she quit smoking with, is Fruity Pebbles cereal. She's 87 years old. That was her choice. I've heard people up there say that adults don't do these flavors. That's not true. I have 80 flavors chosen by adults. Not one of them chose tobacco flavored, the only one that will be left. So the result of this is, for me, if the governor's order stands and flavors are banned, I will immediately go out of business and file for bankruptcy, no question. I've already talked to my accountant and my lawyer, and they agree. It's over. I think my experience will be mirrored across this state. And you'll see every vape shop close up, and owners file for bankruptcy, and employees be fired, lose their jobs. You won't just be banning flavors, you'll be banning a life-saving industry from this state, guaranteed. The result of that will be that everybody who's currently trying to quit will be forced back to smoking and trying to quit again. The other available methods have a 93% failure rate. That's what you will doom these people to. That's unforgivable. That is absolutely unforgivable. My customers, in comparison, they enjoy an 80 to 90% success rate, the exact opposite. I know I'm saving lives. I'm getting these people to quit at those kind of numbers, and you will doom them to a 93% failure rate. And a good chance, I think the statistic is half the people that smoke die from smoking in this country. That is 480,000 people a year, 3,100 a day. That's huge. Those people are not being considered with this order at all. I'd like to delve into the science. I'm a scientist first, but I know I don't have the time. The only other thing I'd like to say is, and I don't know if it was brought up by the gentleman previously from England, but the difference in public health between here and there is the government not only encourages it, the Royal College of Physicians, Public Health England, they are now currently opening up vape shops in their hospitals. I think the people in this country, the decision makers, the regulators, they're being deceived. The science is out there. This has been studied for a long time. they're not making a mistake in England putting vape shops in hospitals. They know it works. They know it saves lives. As already been stated, harm reduction it works, and that's being ignored with this order.